Today's video is a very exciting video for me because it's my very first Leonardo pen. And I've already peeked inside and I love how it feels. I'm not sure how it writes yet because I haven't inked it. But I got the Aluminia limited edition. It's not aluminium and it's not aluminum. It's Aluminia. And here she is. Everything about it is just beautiful. Like here is the outer cover. I'm going to go through each and every single detail because again, it's my first Leonardo pen and I want to have this video for myself, just all of the unboxing and all of the elements. I just want to see it again if I ever want to. So here is the inside box, I guess. I don't know if I would call this as an outside box, just a sleeve, a cardboard sleeve. You get multiple packaging because, I mean, it is a very expensive pen because it is an Italian pen. I got it in a steel nib. I thought for the first time with the Leonardo, I'll try a steel nib and see how it goes. So far, I am in love with it, but I still need to write with it and see how it goes. This is raised, the Momento and the Zero, which is pretty cool. I really like this minimal box. It's quite understated, but still gives the luxe look that the brand is going for. And here it is. I like when these boxes open so easily. I hope people know what I'm talking about when I say that when you have these boxes like this side where you try to open it and then it starts tearing. So I'm really glad. This is a very tiny detail. Again, I'm going to go through like really minuscule, unnoteworthy details, but it is what I noticed and I want to point it out. So I like how easily this opens without tearing, without having to pull out a knife, to get it out. I just like the ease. And then here comes another box. Box in a box in a box. And it is definitely better than all of the Pilot boxes that I've gotten. Of course, it's not really comparable because all the Pilot pens I've gotten have been gold nib, but they are a little boring, I would say, but I still love them, but not comparable to this pen that I have. You have the classic Leonardo brand. And then inside you get the velvet. It's a gray velvet. The first thing I noticed that this was a little, like, there's some dust in here. It wasn't fully just clear as this side. Again, these are very tiny details, but I'm going to point out all the tiny details. Then we have two pamphlets in here. So this is specific to the Aluminia model. So it gives you all the tips of not immersing in water, not cleaning with soap or chemical solvents, store in dry places, and avoid pen holders, even made of soft velvet, because it gets scratched easily. I have watched some videos, especially the Inquiring Minds video. That one, his video, he stated that his pen kind of got scratched up. So that is something to keep in mind. Store in the clear plastic bag provided with the pen. So I guess I have to store my pen forever in this bag. Then clean the grip thoroughly after filling the pen, although we recommend filling the converter by unscrewing it and immersing it in the ink bottle. That is usually how I fill up my pens anyway, so that's not a big ask for me. And then the other side, you have it in Italian. Great for multilingual folks. And now the other one. This is just giving you a detail of the entire brand. So this was for the pen in particular, but this is for the entire brand. And I do really like, again, I like how understated the gray is. It is raised. I will definitely be keeping all of this. I keep it even for the other boring pens. I have all my Pilot, Platinum, Sailor, all of the pamphlets. They're very boring and not as luxe as this, but I still keep them just in case. This is just a international warranty as well as giving you a history of the brand. So it goes through how it started and just it's been in the family basically. And all the pictures. And it gives you all the details of the pen. And how to fill it up. So this is for the piston filler, which this is my pen isn't a piston filler. Just different photos. Pretty cool. And then the international warranty. It basically tells you when your warranty will be void and just the code and everything of that sort. Okay, let's get to the main interesting point, which is the pen. So I haven't really watched any video of this gold trim. I've only watched the silver or the chrome trim. The only gold trim video that I saw was of Leonardo, the brand, doing it. Otherwise, everyone has chosen a silver or chrome trim, which I understand why, because it is a classic. You get the aluminum silver matching with the chrome trim, but I felt like the gold was so classic, and the mixing of the metal, I just love doing that. It's pretty cool. So let's see. One whole turn, two, and okay, I'm really bad at counting the turns, so it seems like it opens in 2 turns, but it is so smooth. Usually pens kind of take a while, but this is so smooth. It just comes off. And here it is. I got mine in extra fine flex. Their steel nibs are made by Yovo Nibs, so it is kind of a stock nib. And if you get their regular extra fine, fine, medium, broad, basically any that is not flex, you'll get this beautiful sun design. I say sun, but it's basically just like rays. It's amazing, and I really wanted it. Even with the steel nibs, I believe you can still get it. But I really wanted the extra fine flex because I don't have that nib in my collection, and I really like to have a variety of nibs. So even if I really wanted the sun design, I think I'm going to save that for a gold nib pen from Leonardo, because if everything goes well, and I think it will, and if I end up falling in love with this pen, I will try and save up for a gold nib in the future. A very distant future, but I think I'll try. And with that, I will get that beautiful sun ray design. It just looks so beautiful. I think they call it La Fenicia, I think. I'll put on screen exactly what they call it, but here is their extra fine. It is a Yovo number 6 nib. They do have Yovo number 8s as well for their steel as well as their gold. So there's 2 nib options, like 2 nib sizes of the nib. So there's number 6 and number 8. And then for nib line variations, you have in flex, you have extra fine and fine. And then in the regular version, you have extra fine, fine, medium, broad, I believe double broad. There's also cursive italic fine and cursive italic medium. That's what I've seen so far. But here it is. It's so pretty and I love it. Of course, you're going to have to baby it because it is easily scratchable. So this bottom part also unscrews and you can see the converter. The converter is the last thing that sold me on the pen. So I was already really interested in the pen, like how beautiful it looked. But the converter is so luxe looking. It just fully sold me on the pen. So here it is. It is technically a regular piston converter, but it's just so pretty. The cap is gold. If you get it in the chrome or silver trim, you get a silver, it matches. I really like how these parts are silver, so there's gold and silver, as is the pen. But if you get a gold trim or a rose gold trim, this will still be chrome. So if you don't like that mixing of metals, that is something to keep in mind. And this converter screws and unscrews, so don't jam it in or don't pull it out because there are threads on here. But the threads in here are metal, but the threads on the converter are plastic, which hopefully doesn't wear too fast because I really like this converter, and I don't think Leonardo sells their converter separately, which kind of sucks. What if you lose a converter or you kind of need it? Because when it screws in, it kind of makes it a proprietary converter, you know? But I think you can use standard cartridges because technically this is a Schmidt size converter, I think. Okay, this is what it looks like. So for the ink, usually I have a image in mind. So the very last one, my Hongdian N6, it looked like Darth Vader, and so I wanted to use Padme's dress, but I don't particularly have an image in mind for this, so I thought I would go with a classic ink that I know very well since I don't know this pen or this brand, so I will be learning about it. So whenever I get a new pen brand, I usually go with an ink that I know very well, and then an ink that I know very well is Ancre Sapphire. This is the Eclat de Saphir. I had to hunt for this ink, by the way. I'm not sure why. I don't know if they're discontinuing it or what, but yeah, I had to hunt for this. It's a beautiful sapphire. Usually it's either this ink or Asagao that I use for new pens that I'm not sure about. Oh, I need to put the piston down. There we go. But I already have a pen inked with Asagao, so I thought I would use this. I'm going to go with half a fill for now so I can learn about this pen more, and then if I want to use a different ink, I will. My experience with Yovo nibs has been that they are wet writing nibs. The feed works really well, and I still haven't written with a bad Yovo nib yet, so hopefully this goes really well. Okay, let's screw this in. I'm scared one of these days I will be going too fast assembling this pen and I'll just like try to jam this converter in. Hopefully that doesn't happen ever. There is a way to piston this knob right here, but you would have to dip this grip section in, and I don't think I'll be dipping this pen in ink anytime soon, or ever, really. Okay, now I'm gonna put it upside down and wait for the ink to flow. Okay, time to write with it. I'm so excited. I thought about this while I was capping and uncapping it. If you wear jewelry, keep that in mind. There is a way that you could scratch the pen since this is so delicate. It kind of sucks that for such an expensive pen, you have to baby it so much. But, I mean, a very new pen, you don't want it to scratch, so keep that in mind. There's also a cap liner, so I feel like this would be a pen that is good at sealing. Also, capping it is out of question. I don't think it will. I think if you cap it, it might scratch. So better to just hold it in your non-dominant hand. Okay, let's see. Today's date is the 25th, February 26th. Also, your bracelets could scratch it as well, so keep that in mind. You could scratch your cap on the bracelet. Again, just things to keep in mind. Basically, don't wear jewelry around this pen. Pen is Leonardo Momento 0. Aluminia GT in EF Flex. So it does flex some, but not that much, but there's some flex to it. Not too much though. This is a regular line, but there's some flex. I would say it flexes from extra fine to a fine. So that's pretty good. Ink is the Urban Clet de Sapphire. Pretty cool. Okay, let's write the pen details down. This is from the Leonardo website. Let's see, closed pen length is 142 millimeter. Cap length is 65 mm. Barrel length is 127 mm. Oh, nib included. Then we have weight, inkless, 44 grams. Cap diameter, this is quite thorough, which I mean I appreciate. 15.5 mm, and grip diameter is 10.6 mm. So that's something to keep in mind. Oh, let me pull this up here. It does spring, which that is exciting. For the next video, of course, I'm going to write with it a lot more and learn everything about this pen. But I think I'm going to compare it to my Pilot Falcon nib. It's obviously, there's not that many similarities, but just something to compare. And I'll compare it to my other extra fine nibs. And I will compare it to my Esterbrook Fine, which is also a Yovo nib. But it is fine. So it will be interesting to see the line variation between the EF Flex when it's flexed and then compare it to like a fine, a regular fine. I also think I will write with this more and give a thorough 1 month review, and that is when I will post this unboxing as well. So I'll probably post the unboxing on a Friday in a month, and then that same Saturday, the next day, I'll post the 1 month review. Just so if anyone wants a full review, it'll be there. But yes, this is the pen and the ink. I'm very happy about it. It is quite weighted. So the Leonardo Momento pen came onto my radar because of word layout on here. And I saw hers was the beautiful, I forgot the exact model, but it had nice like swirls of design. I think it was the blue and the white. But I felt like for a steel nib, the price was too much. But this is quite weighted, and it is an aluminum pen. So I thought for the price, it definitely matches the luxness of the pen. Like you get what you pay for. Even if it is a steel nib, I still think it is quite worth it, and I'm quite happy with it. Yeah. I'll see you in a month.